Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Qualk Show and happy Thursday night. We are talking all about dating in the digital age. That's right. We're talking about your online romances, meeting people. Does it work out? Is it viable? Does it have the same stigma that it had, say, 10 years ago when you told your friends, I met someone online, and they went, oh, stalker, psycho, what are you going to do? We are going to be talking all about that today. Please feel free to comment on our chat lines. You can comment on the Qualk Show on Facebook. You can comment on YouTube, I believe. You can. I'm never quite sure where you can comment, where you can't. So, Hallie, where can they comment? Where can
everywhere. I feel like we should change it from the Qualk Show to like the Shiz Show, because
The Shiz Show, I like
we've been having some technical awesomeness lately.
Yes, being a parent is unpredictable.
Exactly, exactly.
And so yes, you can talk to us on YouTube, Facebook. We're all here.
Perfect. We've got all the usual suspects. We got Hallie, we got Steph, you got me. Whether you like it or not, you're stuck with us for the next half hour. Because we know you're not going to click off, because we're going to have so much fun here tonight. I have changed my look tonight for absolutely no particular reason, other than to represent perhaps the fact that, do you always know what you're getting when you're dating online? Or is there the old switcheroo that happens between the profile pics and when you meet somebody? Before we get started, though, I want to know, how was everybody's week?
My week's going good so far. Pregnancy is feeling like pregnancy. Yay.
Tell me about it. When we were talking earlier, you said you had pregnancy brain. So is that already kicking in?
Oh, I feel like a total derp today. Like I lost a week. I forgot about a huge fundraiser I have tomorrow. I forgot about it I remembered about it yesterday. So yeah, no, I can't. I now am living by my planners that you all make fun of me for, because it's the only way I can make
500. That should keep you on track.
Yes. I have like binders and planners everywhere. I'm like, write it down. You have to send me an email or it will never happen. Really fun.
My goodness. So pregnancy brain is a real thing.
Oh, it's so terrible.
So it's like the kids sucking your brain power, or what causes pregnancy brain?
You know what? I'm going to talk about that in my next update. So make sure you subscribe to the Qualk Show, and you can see my next update that I'm going to go post live this weekend.
I love it. Well, now I'm going to have to watch it just so I can answer that question. Steph, you've been dealing with all kinds of sickness and sick babies and all that kind of stuff in your house this week. Are things looking up?
No.
No, they're not.
We went out today for dinner. Sort of just breathe the beautiful air in, because it was really warm here today. Warm in like towards the upper 60s.
I'm getting snow here. That's bull.
Oh, we did have a little bulk of snow as we were leaving the parking lot. And I said, stay away. So that groundhog lied. It was beautiful today, and I see spring on the horizon. So kill that.
It's so weird that a rodent wouldn't know exactly what's going on in the entire world. I find that so hard to believe.
I do encourage you guys at some point to come east, though, for that Groundhog Day celebration, because it is literally 3 hours from my house. Yeah. So we have 3 hours from the bank, and it is a special event. Let me tell you. Yes.
So, I mean, I could what you're saying is I could plan a trip to go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, or I could plan a trip to go to West Hollywood for Pride, or I could plan a trip to come and see the groundhog just outside of Philadelphia.
You're a buddy. You do like country music, and boy, will you be in the right crowd. And it's a 24-hour event where they have fireworks at 2 a.m. and they've got really popular acts like the Groundhog String Band, and it's real serious.
The Groundhog String Band? What?
Pretty intense.
How have I lived my whole life without this?
And it turns out that the groundhog himself is an actor, and we can't believe anything about his shadow, but it's okay. My week was great. I did another talk for Abington Reproductive.
Wonderful.
It was awesome. There was 25 couples there last night. We had the talk at the new lesbian bar that opened. Yes, I said new. Yes, I said lesbian. Yes, I said bar.
Isn't that like the toasted marshmallow or something?
Dude, it's not called toasted marshmallow. It is called toasted walnut.
Close enough. Close enough.
But it felt really good to have it in a queer bar.
Where did the name Toasted Walnut come from? Because most gay clubs have like, you know, Pink Triangle or the Fuzzy Beaver. Like, where did Toasted Walnut come from?
Thought of the Fuzzy Beaver in advance. It might have had a nice running. She actually surveyed all of us as friends.
Yeah.
And she's going back and forth about a couple different ideas. But it's on Walnut Street, and so she said, "Where do you get toasted? You get toasted on Walnut." So
I thought maybe because I'm old that like I missed some euphemism between the vagina and a walnut or something like that.
Don't you worry, Denise is in your age bracket. It's all good. But it was a good event, and I feel in many ways like I enlightened couples on the reality of the finances and the commitment it takes in a relationship, and then making sure your mental and physical houses are in order and all that good stuff. So that was my week. How was your week, Carol?
Awesome. My week's been a little up and down. I think the family's been kind of extended part kind of sick for like going on 3 weeks now. So that takes a toll on everybody. We're definitely going through some change in our life, nothing negative, but just change, any kind of change, even when it's positive change, takes its toll on people.
'Tis the season.
Yeah, and despite what everybody thinks and sees, I mean, we're a couple like anybody else. We have our ups and downs, and we need to work on our relationship just like anybody else, which is what we're talking about this month is relationships. So it's been a little up and down, but we're getting back to a good place. We've got some good things going on, and we're decided to make some changes to better our lives. So I think things are on the upswing.
How normal of you.
Yeah, how normal of us. Well, I think it's important to say that because so many people on my Facebook so often say, you guys are the perfect couple and you're so cute and you're just so loving and you're so this and you're so that. Well, of course, because we don't air our dirty laundry on Facebook. I mean, any idiot knows not to do that. But, every single relationship in life is work. And I mean, that's one of the things that we've talked about this week is that, the difference between relationships that last and don't last is understanding that it's not all good times and you got to get through the shit before you can, get back to the roses again. So that's
we need to put that on our list.
So mad about you showing your naked ass on Facebook.
Oh my God. Well, that was a couple of weeks ago now, but yeah, I deleted it. But you did get a full cleavage / cooch shot.
That was a cleavage shot as well.
That was a cleavage / tummy. And here's the thing, as a big girl, and I know you big girls out there can relate, I don't even care that you see my titties, and I don't really care that you see my cooch, but I have a huge problem with the fact that you saw my tummy rolls. So there you have it. Let's talk about what we're going to be talking about this week, which is dating in the cyber world. And we've been talking about relationships all month long, and we're going to finish off our series tonight talking about something really fun, which is cyber dating in the technical age.
Really
that's
quick,
right.
Jack Sparrow, can you just move your dangles? Because it's dingling. Thank you.
It's the one next to your mic.
No!
Where'd your hair go?
Oh my God, you're a female? I'm such a lie.
You're not Jack Sparrow?
I know.
I just wanted you to fix your mic. God damn it.
Because I just got back from a walk with Nicole and we were booting it because I realized that I didn't have as much time as I thought I had. So halfway through the walk, I was like, oh shit, it's 1:45 when I have to be on air. And so, and the hair is crazy, everything's so I was like, I'm just gonna put on a hat.
But I like it.
Let it be known, you are goddamn professional.
Thank you. So again, we're talking about relationships. We're gonna talk about POF, plenty of fish, Cupid, eHarmony, among others. How often have you utilized these services or this technology, and did you find love? Let's go through the panel for starters. Hallie, you look innocent, but I know you're not, so let's have
it. That knows anything about
Yeah, instead of asking Hallie if she's ever done it, I'm going to say, Hallie, have you ever dated anyone the old-fashioned way, or have you met everybody online?
Yeah. I dated my ex-wife We worked together. I was her boss, so that's totally normal.
I met someone like that too.
And then my last relationship, I met at the bar on a Brave Tequila night. So yes.
Don't ask her on a straight tequila night.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, go on.
But yeah, so I have met people in other ways. I just am the most recent on the digital wave. What about you?
Allie is our millennial, so you know.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. I'm a cusper. They should group me with those weirdos. Love you, millennials, but you're weird.
Yeah, out of my last, let's say, 6 relationships over the last, say, 15 years, I've met 4 of the 6 online. 3 of the 6, 4 of the 6 online. We're not counting one night stands because then that number goes up to like 90 out of 100. But no, I met my ex-wife online. I met my girlfriend before her online. I met my girlfriend before her online, and I met Nicole online. So last 4 I've met online.
There you go.
3 were on Plenty of Fish, and 1 was on my comedy site. So Facebook. My fiance just yelled, Facebook.
What about you? Yeah.
I have not met anyone on social media because I'm old.
That's because you've been hooked up since before social media was around.
I've been hooked up since MySpace was new. That's how long Adrian and I have been together.
Whoa.
Can you imagine if you said we met on MySpace?
Well, here's the funny part. Because I met her, and the night I met her, I didn't have a cell phone, and I had just gotten a job with Live Nation, and they were sending me one of those new BlackBerry Curves. So I was like, I'm not going to pay my cell phone bill this month. They're going to pay for it. And then it took like 3 weeks to get here. So I was at the bar, and I said, oh, here's my friend Kelly's phone number. You can call me there. We're together all the time. And then I went home, and I was like, that wasn't a sweet move. Let me go ahead and stalk her on MySpace and see if I can find her. And booyah, there she was. And then she looked at my profile, she said, and then it said that I liked country music. And she was like, yeah, I don't know about this girl.
Do you like country music stuff?
I mean, let's be very clear. That's when Taylor Swift was converting over, and she had some decent songs. So that was my song profile.
Let's be very
clear. That was my profile song or whatever. So it was alluding to the fact that I was a giant Taylor Swift fan, but that just was not the case.
You're a Swiftie.
I'm pretty sure mine was all hardcore gangster rap because I'm pretty hardcore.
Yeah. I mean, I did have my... Yeah, I had my there too.
Yeah.
But yes, I followed up on MySpace, and we had some interactions that way, but it was like 2 weeks long, and then I had already moved in.
Yeah, well, you're gay. You're a lesbian. Yeah. I loved my MySpace. That was like my first I'm a computer programmer.
I like having my and then when they would piss me off, I'd switch it with the people they don't like.
Oh yeah, no. You go from the top 5 to the top 8 to the top 10, back down to the 5, rearrange it.
That's how you really want to meet the next love of your life, right under that circumstance.
Yes. Oh my gosh, right?
You're in a good frame of mind when you're messing with people in your top 5.
Exactly.
Bringing all the mental health to this relationship.
Exactly. I sent Hallie this meme earlier that she put up on the Qualk Show page that says, if we meet online and you look nothing like your pics, you're buying me drinks until you do. So here's my next question to the panel. And Steph, I guess you can't apply, but let's pretend that you do, okay? Have you ever met someone in person that didn't look quite like you expected? Hallie. Not that looks are everything. We're just talking about looks, but you know, you can do a lot of things with filters nowadays. So
no, I think everybody's been fairly on top of what they look like. I actually had somebody, because my profile pictures were vast, you know, oh, these are my interests. I love to do this and this and this. So they're like tons of different pictures. And they're like, okay, so before I try to meet you in the bar, like, what does your hair look like today? Because your pictures are all over the place.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've been lucky enough. Everybody looks pretty much like they say they're going to. I mean, of course, you pick the best pictures, but it's not like you go in expecting an 8 and you pick up a 3. That's not cool.
I even err on the side of like overshare. Like before Nicole came because we met online and it was long distance. And we talked for, I don't know, a month or 2 months before she came and visited me for the first time. And so like the week before she was coming, I just literally, I was starting to get like so nervous about like her seeing me and liking me. So I remember like just shoving it down her throat. I'm like, I'm chubby, right? Like, like, I don't know what my pictures show, but like, I'm really pretty, but like,
here's
I'm
all
chubby.
the
really pretty.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
Because I just didn't want her to be
Adele,
disappointed.
You were totally overrated in Carol's book.
Yeah. And so if anything, like I tried to like get into her head that I am like obese and you are just not.
So when she met you, she's like, "Oh, you're way smaller than I thought you were gonna be."
She actually did. I think she did say that I was I smaller than you thought I was, babe?
Yo, you were.
Was I smaller than you thought I was? Yes. Yeah, I was.
Okay, so like think of like two cows next to each other with a blanket over them. That's what I look like.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing?
But see, here's the thing. I would have been like, this chick's leading with insecurity. I can't get down with that.
Oh.
That would have been.
But see, for the 2 months before that, trust me, I'm not insecure. If anything, I talked such a good game that I felt like I needed to like backpedal just a little bit.
I am not perfect, contrary to popular belief.
Exactly. I know I take a damn good picture, girl, but I'm telling you, I'm not perfect, okay? No, it's funny. And I did meet one girl one time who was nothing like she looked in her pictures. And she came to see me from Toronto, Canada, which is on literally the other side of Canada. So it's like Toronto or New York to LA or whatever. Poor girl. Poor me, because she was stuck there for a week and a half because she couldn't go home.
Why would you invite a stranger to your house for a week and a half? You met online.
For sure, don't do a week first meeting.
This was about 15 years ago, give or take.
Oh, that's what you were really saying. You're right. That was a good time to invite your house.
Yeah, and it was like when everybody still had camcorders and all this stuff, and she must have really known her angles because she was not what I expected when she showed up. And I literally had that moment at the airport where I saw her from behind and I went, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave this earlier.
There's a show on MTV called Catfish. It's all about you.
I know. I did get catfished once. I met a girl and she strung me along, drove 2 hours because I lived outside of a city that had an airport, drove 2 hours to the airport, waited for her for 2 hours. She never showed up. And yeah, I got totally catfished, but that was before. Yeah.
Why are you getting all the chicks from where you got to take a plane from? Like,
well, because we're talking 15 years ago and it was on gay.com was like the only chat line that I knew. And everybody was like American, and I would start talking to somebody and thought they were cool and whatever, but it was before really there was plenty of fish or Canadian chat lines or local chat lines or anything like that. So I took my chances and I rolled and I lost.
I tried not to die, and look how I ended up.
Exactly. So here's another question about long distance. What do you think about long distance dating? Because a lot of times when you're dating in the cyber age, you're not in the same place. So it's become more prevalent in our society that all these people are having these long distance relationships. Would you do it? And is that a real relationship when you're never in the same space and you've never seen like these people? Well, we've been together 4 years, but we've never actually met. Like, is that real?
I mean, does that really happen? Is that a real thing?
It does.
Really?
Oh, yes. Yeah. There's people that are like, oh my gosh, we're so in love. We've been chatting every day.
They're going to get engaged.
If you're watching right now, can you please chime in and let me know if that's like actually a real thing or my friends are just lying to me? That's absolutely batshit, and I would run like hell from someone like that who's like, I'm in a make-believe relationship with you for 4 years and we've never met. No.
Yeah.
That right there is sharing sexy pics, and that's all it's about.
Yeah. No, that doesn't seem sustainable at all. Like, you can't really say that you love somebody until you've seen him sick and you've heard him snore in your ear. Like, but I'm sorry.
Proven wrong. I mean, please prove me wrong. Someone needs to explain to me how that is incredibly possible, because then
I would love to hear from the viewers. Someone saying, hey, you guys, get off your high horse. I've actually been with so-and-so for so long and it's working and we love each other and all that stuff, because I agree with Hallie. You know, it's really easy to be really perfect when you're not around each other. But Nicole knows that I do snore because she's around me. And, that's why they say you don't even, the first 3 years from what I've heard, and I believe it, that you don't even really know each other's all of your quirks and all of your downfalls until you've been actually in the same place for 3 years, let alone on different ends of the country on the phone.
And when you've had to deal with each other's families, and because we're women, we have to deal with each other's menstrual cycles. And are you together or are you opposite? That's a whole new bowl of fun.
100%.
I like to believe there's somebody out there that it happened positively to, but I also like to believe in fairy tales. So give me a chance to be proven wrong here.
Yeah, no, I don't see how it could ever work. I mean, no.
And now what if like, okay, so we're talking about the people that never meet each other and they're like getting engaged on their Facebook engaged and they've never met. But what about the people that have seen each other but only get to see each other every 4 months, and they fly for 1 week or they fly for 2 weeks, and they just can't move because of jobs or family or whatever the case may be? Is that something that has any sustainability long term?
I think it depends on the person. I mean, my aunt and uncle, well, my great aunt and uncle, he was a pilot for Delta. So he was gone all the time. He was flying to Korea all the time. Funny enough, when he retired, their 42-year marriage ended. Weird. They couldn't stand being around each other. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that like their anonymity.
Anonymity?
Thank you.
Yeah.
But no, I totally think that some people are that way. They like you, but over here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, speaking of which, one study shows that internet daters have a better chance in a relationship as it is often based on a slower, more emotional and verbal courtship. So I think that what they're referring to is like picking up somebody at the club, maybe. I don't know if that's a relation.
I think while both are based in fantasy to begin with, there is an element of reality when you bump into somebody in a club. Because if you can see their ass as well as their face, whereas online, you usually only have their face and you're not entirely sure that is actually their ass.
That's true. But when you're meeting them at the bar, they're all done up to the nines. They're looking as good as they're ever going to look. And, because they're going out on the town. Whereas, when you just have to get to know, like I know, again, for myself and Nicole, the first couple months before we met each other, all we had was FaceTime, computer, and phone. And so all we did was talk about past and present and future and relationships and good and bad and our exes and kids and all this stuff. I don't know if we would do that much talking if we met each other instantly, because the physical attraction usually overtakes in the beginning of a relationship, I find.
But I think, though, that the talking gives you this false, you can kind of build this false relationship because, yes, you have things in common and you have things in common with your best friend. So that when you meet this person, you already have all these things built up. But maybe you don't have chemistry with them, but you already have all these things built up and you're like, oh, you're kind of cute. So let's maybe see what sort of, I got dating advice that was like, as soon as you meet somebody online, you hit it off, you have a few good conversations, instantly go for drinks, go meet them, see if there's a chemistry. Otherwise you're just wasting your time.
And I would actually agree with that, because that was one of the fears, when I was picking her up at the airport, is other than her knowing that I wasn't a tiny girl, is that, are we going to have the same chemistry in person that we seem to have, verbally?
Well, and it's so easy to not talk over each other. I mean, there's so many verbal tics and there's so many different things that happen in a face-to-face that will drive you insane that you can't text over somebody. You can't be rude to wait staff. Like, you can't do all those things over text that you can in person.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think, Steph?
I don't think anything, because it doesn't apply to me.
Okay, well then this next question I want you to answer, because
ready.
You can give some input on this stuff. So a recent study found that 22% of those surveyed met their current partners online. That was the second most popular way to meet somebody. So meeting online has now become the second most popular way to meet somebody. Stephanie, Can you guess what the most popular was at 24%? How do most people meet other than online?
I'm gonna say the workplace.
Yeah, that's a good one, because both Hallie and I have hit that up, eh? Nope, but you're wrong. Hallie, any guesses?
I'm gonna go the bar for 300.
No, that's good. That's good. Through mutual friends.
Please tell me it's church.
Oh, mutual friends.
No, through mutual friends is the number one way that people meet. So
people meet or lasting relationships happen, because I wonder if there's
met their current partners, how they met their current partners. That's
okay, so a successful relationship, not just like a setup.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
exactly.
Statistic.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? I mean, who knows? I mean, this is from the
I'm
internet.
that friend that always tries to hook everybody up.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, it could be total bunk, because it's an internet statistic. Who knows? It could be Randy on his computer.
Total bunk.
Yeah, exactly. So, what do you guys think would be the best information to include for somebody out there who's single right now, who's watching the show? And we actually cater a lot to parents, so let's take it from that angle. When you're putting an ad up or a profile up, do you include that you have kids, or when do you start talking about the fact that you have kids?
Well, it depends on what site you're on, because we actually
if you're on Tinder.
If you're on Tinder,
definitely mention kids on Tinder.
I have a kid, but you'll never meet her.
Well, there's Her. That's another lesbian dating app, or that's like a lesbian dating app. Is Her, and you don't. It's much like Tinder. There's not a profile. But we actually talked about this. I'll have the link to the other show below that we talked about dating, because that was a huge problem for me. I wanted to bring up that I had a kid because it was really important, because she's a big part of my life. But at the same time, she's nobody else's concern. She has 2 moms. She doesn't need another one.
Would you put that in your profile, that you're a mom?
I did. And I worded it as, I have a gorgeous, whatever, daughter, but she's already got 2 moms. So I'm not looking for another baby mama. Don't worry. Perfect. Because I wanted it. Oh, and my daughter just corrected me. I have 3 moms now, because her mommy just got married. So she's got 3 moms now.
Way to go,
she doesn't
Casey,
need me more.
So know your place, Brooke. Know your place.
Yeah. Steph, if you were going to be writing, excuse me, I told you we're still getting over the sickness in our house. If you were writing a profile, which we know you never will, because you and Adria are going to die together, like next week in a murder-suicide.
In a blaze of glory.
Would you say I'm the mom of 2 in your initial profile, or would you just leave that out?
I would totally put it in, because it's like there's nothing more important in the whole world than me being a mother. And I'm not going to allude to somebody else if my relationship didn't work out that they would be more important, because I would expect that the person that would be perfect for me, if Adria and I didn't work out, would themselves either be a parent, because that would be somebody. I probably wouldn't want to date somebody who didn't have children, because there's a very chemical reaction when you have children, and I don't think I have anything in common with somebody who hasn't parented before. But yeah, I mean, let's full disclosure, honesty. I feel like divorced parents have it perfect, okay? Because you get to be 150% with your child, and then you get to be 150% with yourself. Yeah. And there's something super valuable about that. So you can be like literally the best parent, because you constantly get refreshed in a cycle of every 3 days, every 4 days, or every other weekend. And I know it sucks, because you sacrifice the everyday incidents, I guess, with your kids, but you gain all this personal growth time. And so I would need somebody to understand that part of my life, because if that was my situation, for me, I would look to that alone time and that rebuilding time, and I'm a self-help kind of person. So I would expect that someone will want to be a complement to my life and not be my whole life, because that's not something I know I would look for in any other relationship if this marriage did not work out, because that would make no sense if Adria and I were not together.
Yeah, oh no, 100%. I've said that multiple times, especially to my friends that have 3 children all the time. I'm like, I don't know how you do it. I mean, it sucks. Absolutely. I hate the fact that I don't get to see my daughter every day. But you do what you do, and I feel like it makes me a better mom because I can be 150% every 2 days. I am her. We're there. I'm in it. I'm not like, I mean, granted, because we have a 2-2-5-5 schedule. So usually by the end of my 5th day with her, I'm like, okay, are you going back to mommy's house yet? Because I'm about to choke you.
Casey said the same thing about you. She's like, oh my God, I need a break.
Oh, I'm sure she does. She has a much easier life at mommy's house because there's 2 of them there. Here I'm like, let's stoop and fetch. Let's go, little kid. But no, it's totally true. I have my me days and I have my mom days, and those are important.
Yeah,
I literally said to Adrian multiple times in this marriage, I'm like, how do we act like divorced people and still be married?
Yeah, I used to say that too, and then like 6 months later,
separate residences. You need a townhouse where one of you lives on each side.
I'm not a Mormon, and I'm not in the King's.
I was gonna say sister wife house.
Well, this has been such a fun conversation, as per usual. I think the moral to the story is that, you know, people meet in all kinds of different ways. Whatever works for you works for you, but there certainly isn't the stigma attached to online dating that there was 5-10 years ago. And, you know, whatever floats your boat, just be careful out there. You got to be careful wherever you're meeting somebody, whether it's online, in the club, at coffee. There's fakes everywhere, and then there's lots of real people out there as well, thankfully. So I wish everyone all the best in the world on their search for love. And this concludes our relationship series for February, the Valentine month. Next week, you're going to be tuning in. We're going to be talking about a new season and a new you. We're going to be talking about several different topics. Oh, I've got a little one here that would like to say hello. Hello.
Oh, hi, Taya.
How are you doing? Hi, Mama.
And this is the best thing that can come out of
date online ever.
Yeah, this is the best thing that could ever possibly come out of a relationship. So thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next week talking about the new you, finances. What else are we talking about, Hallie? You've got it all on lock.
Oh, I texted it to you.
I know you did.
Finances. We're talking about.
Of course. Now what? Kicking butt. Kicking
Nope.
habits.
Nope.
Travel.
Kicking bad habits, travel, finances, and time
There
management.
you go. Travel, finances, and time management. And getting my shit in a row. Thanks for joining us. And remember, there is always something to quack about. Say bye. 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 Bye.